Jack White with the Capital District Growth Team and the Monday morning message for Monday, July 20th, 2009. This is our regular monthly session with Capital District Governor Tom Ganse. Are you there, Tom?
Yes, I am, Jack. Good morning.
Good morning to you, too. We're two and a half months away from the end of this Kiwanis year, which means we've got some current presidents who are ready to wind up their year, preparing to, and we have some new incoming presidents that are ready to get started. And I thought maybe you would have some words for both of those groups in this call today.
Well, certainly, and not only for those groups, but for the lieutenant governors that are winding down their year and the lieutenant governor designates that are getting ready to step into leadership roles. Our international president, Tom Ganse, likens the administrative year to a foot race. He encouraged us at the international convention in Nashville to hit the tape running full speed. His vision, I guess, is that we're running this race and we need to keep the press on all the way till September 30th. But I'd take that one step further, and I would say that the leaders here in the Capital District are not running a foot race. They're actually running the 91st leg of a relay that I hope will go well into the future, a race for our children's future. In that regard, as we run this relay, we certainly need to keep our speed up as the year winds down so that we are approaching the next leg and ready to hand off that baton to our incoming leaders and get them going full speed so that they can hit the ground running on October 1st. In order to do that, really at this point in the year, our district leaders, all the way from myself as the governor down to the presidents in the clubs where things really get done, our district leaders need to be focusing on preparing the incoming leadership team to step in. In other words, it's time to start sharing the wealth, recognize that we've probably done as much as we can in our leadership position, and now it's time to extend a hand to the incoming team to make sure that they get an excellent start on October 1st, and they're not starting from a dead standstill.
Well, if you were, and I am one of these, but for all of us who will be taking over as club presidents on October 1, where should we be at this time in the year in our preparations?
July is over.
Particularly with regard to growth.
Yeah, well, the incoming presidents should already have their committees established. They should have their committee chairs selected. Those committees should be working on their budgets and be prepared to solidify that in the month of August and September so that you've got those things taken care of. Your committee should be built out, and they should have their plans ready to go for next year. There was a lot of emphasis this year
anybody who is not quite at that point should get caught up. Is that right? If they don't have all their committees put together at this point. They're
behind already. That's correct. So, and if they wait till October 1st to try to do that, then they're way behind, and they're going to spend most of their year just trying to catch up instead of getting anything done. And one of the things that we've emphasized this year is we've put resources in place to help every club develop their own strategic plan tailored to their communities. They know the needs of their communities. They know the strengths in their clubs, and we've tried to give them the tools to develop their own strategic plans. And the real value of that document is once it's accepted by the club, then the incoming leaders know what they're going to be doing in the next year, and they can actually start preparations earlier in their training cycle. And from year to year, the club has the roadmap. They know which direction they're going, and it's a whole lot easier to pass that baton because you know that the outgoing leadership and the incoming leadership are both running in the same direction.
What you've talked to the gentleman who's going to succeed you, Don Duty. What between the two of you do you expect this year and next year to be growth and membership wise?
Well, I think I'd back that up even one prior and talk about the efforts under Governor Art Riley, who worked very hard to put some things in place I've been able to capitalize on. In other words, Art established some momentum that I've been able to build on. We are about to organize our 4th new club this year. The 5th one should organize later this month, if not the first part of next month. And we're hoping to get 3 additional clubs organized for a total of 8 for the year. Now, that hasn't happened in the Capital District in over a decade, and it isn't going to happen this year just because Tom Ganse made it happen. These are things that started under Art and even some of the predecessors before him. What I'd like to do is further build on that momentum and pass that on to Governor-elect Don so that he can come in next year and beat that, 10 to 12 new clubs. It would be wonderful to see that. And this isn't just new club building, but it's also the other things that we look at, improved retention, net membership growth, and those types of activities. All of these things, we just need to keep building the momentum year after year and not drop the ball at the end of on September 30th.
Now, I heard through the grapevine that maybe you had some encouraging news and growth that you'd like to share with our listeners at this point.
Well, I do, actually. We are one of 5 districts that is now on a path of 3 consecutive months of net growth. I'm very optimistic with the new club organizing that we're going to see net growth again for the month of July, 4 straight months. And as I said, we're looking at a very realistic possibility of having 8 new clubs this year. And that's fantastic news. I can't help but be thrilled about that, and I really appreciate all the efforts that the folks out there are putting forth to make this stuff happen.
Well, Tom, we'll have at least one and maybe a couple more sessions with you before this year is over. You've given us sort of some marching orders and also some good news to help us march a little faster. Thank you for being with us today.
Our marching orders, Jack, those are running orders. Keep running. Full speed
All right,
ahead.
fine.
All right, good night.
For the Capital District Growth Team, this is another Monday morning message. Jack White, thank you for listening.